I was thinking of earlier.
What?
Remember on my mom this week? Okay, I was trying to explain or I was just talking to my mom about fasting this week. And
Oh, yeah.
she said the funniest thing. I was talking to her about like the Daniel fast, and because her and my dad were talking about doing a fast of their own, and our church every year does something called 21 days of prayer and fasting, and we meet at church for 21 days and we fast, and everybody does their own type of fast, but we kind of do our own type of like Daniel fast.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just trying to explain it to her. And I was like trying to drive the point in of like alone time with the Lord is really important when you're fasting. Like when you fast, if you're going to do a fast, alone time with him is really important. And she was like, and for context, the Daniel fast, it's pretty much like all vegetables. Like you don't eat meat. I think you can eat like nuts and stuff, but
Yeah, I think you can eat like whole grains too.
And there's no processed foods. There's no sugar or anything. But I was like, yeah, so that's how you do it. And then basically just make sure you spend a lot of time in prayer and like reading the word. Like if you don't do that, you're kind of like losing out on the majority of it. And I was like, what me and Jacob do is like, we'll just go into like our own little room and we'll like just spend time with God and do that as much as we can throughout the day. And she was like, okay, so it sounds like you really like being alone is like really important. She was like, okay, so do you each go into your own room and just eat your vegetables?
I was imagining like she was saying we go in our room with our own like raw veggies, like a broccoli stalk and celery, and we're just like in our dark bedrooms.
I was like, no, that's not what I mean by being alone.
Eat your veggies with the Lord.
She's like, so when it's time to eat your vegetables, do you separate and eat your vegetables? I thought that was funny.
That was hilarious.
That was so funny.
Yeah.
It was funny because she was being like genuine, I think.
Yeah, she was just curious.
She was very curious.
She just didn't know.
But she also thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Shout out, Mom.
Shout out the moms.
Shout out the moms.
You want to tell the people why we're here? What's going on with this episode?
Yeah. We are going to share our testimonies.
Woo!
The people as in our family members who are watching.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I'll start off by saying, hopefully this does reach people. We don't really know what God wants to do with this, but he has called us to talk about him, specifically podcast style. And so that's what we're going to do.
Podcast style.
So that's what we're going to do. And it has been, honestly, it's been a journey. We probably set this up to start doing this, 3 months ago?
Yeah, we thought we were going to be ready 2 months ago.
We thought we were going to be ready within like a couple weeks. No.
Yeah.
This has been humbling.
Yeah.
Also some background. We are not social media people.
Mm-mm.
Jacob hasn't had Instagram for years.
Yeah.
I have it, but I haven't posted in probably 4 years. So this is just new territory for us, on top of also like all the equipment and the lighting and the everything. Yeah, shout out to all the production people, because you definitely don't just slap this stuff together.
Mm-mm.
This is
yeah.
hard
I feel like
work.
you don't understand what goes on behind the scenes. Like all the podcasts that we watch, you think like someone just slaps up a camera and it just looks that way.
Yeah.
It does not.
It doesn't.
Respect to those people.
And then the past couple weekends we have recorded. Initially, we just didn't like the recordings because we were so nervous. This is also another thing that doesn't come naturally to us. It's like we're not on camera talking people. So this is new. And then last weekend we switched it up and we're like, let's just record our testimony. And then we did it, and it literally cut out probably 3 or 4 times. We'd be 30 minutes into talking and realize that it didn't get any of it. And that happened like 3 times.
Yeah.
So it's not going to happen today, though.
No, I think we figured it
The
out.
Lord's got us. And regardless, this podcast isn't going to reach anybody without the Lord. So I trust him.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, long story short, talking about our testimonies again today. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, so I think that my testimony is going to be a little bit different than yours, because I think your testimony goes back a little further at the inception point than maybe mine did, because I think mine really started almost 3 years ago to this day.
Wow.
Yeah. It was the month of July in 2023.
3, yeah.
That was hard to do math for some reason.
Yeah.
When one day I just started having these random head pains that just came out of nowhere. Like, I was a very healthy dude at the time. Like, I was working out constantly, eating healthy, never really had any sort of, health concerns, nothing like that. And then, one day I just woke up with these like random head pains. And I remember when they first started, I was like, okay, like, yeah, these are uncomfortable. Probably just go away tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And then I wake up the next day, they're still there. I'm like, okay, like, that's weird. I don't know what this is. Probably the next day it'll go away.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think after a week went by and they hadn't gone away for a single day, not even a single second, I was like, okay, this is weird. So then I start going to the doctors. I think first thing I did is I went to like urgent care. They gave me like migraine medicine, took that. It kind of helped with the acute effects, but didn't really get to the root of it and make it fully go away. And then I'm getting concerned. I'm like, this is odd and scary. I feel like whenever there's something wrong with your head, like you're thinking,
Really?
I've got a tumor or something bad.
Yeah.
And so I started going to all these different doctors, and they're all, saying it's migraine, saying it's headaches. We do testing. I get CT scans done. They're not finding anything. I'm not responding to any medicine that they're giving me. So I'm freaking out now because it's been like a month and not a single day has gone by where this head pain hasn't been there. And it was all day, every day. And I know you remember this, but it would be so bad all day that I was walking around with an ice pack on my head.
Yeah, one of those like headband ones almost that you put in the freezer and then you wear it over the top of your head. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really sad.
Yeah, you couldn't even be in the light.
Ha. Is that foreshadowing?
Until he brought you into the light.
Yeah, I couldn't do anything with these head pains. Like, I was just bound to my apartment. Like, I couldn't go outside. I couldn't be anywhere that had lights on. Like, I would just sit in the apartment with the lights off and this ice pack over my eyes. Like, that was the only way that I could deal with this pain. Like, it was excruciating pain all day long. And then at the same time that this was happening, I also just got laid off of my job that was a very well-paying job at the time for that age.
Yeah.
So my world just was falling apart in front of my eyes, and I was losing control over the situation. And the head pains, so now they had gone on for a couple months, and I mean, you were going through it with me. Like I was a total wreck, like crying every day to you. I think I was trying to come to you for help. Like I needed you to do something about it, and there was just nothing that you could do about it. And it didn't matter what you said to me. It just was not making the situation any better. And then at the same time, my anxiety started skyrocketing to the point where I couldn't I couldn't catch a breath where I wasn't having anxious thoughts all day long. And it was so bad that I probably had like 10 to 15 nights where I didn't sleep for a single second because I was just so anxious and my mind was just racing.
Yeah.
So I was just in like a living hell
Yeah, and
at
then
this
that
point
that alone, like not being able to sleep makes
on
you
top
go
of
insane.
all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you just can't think clearly. You can't function.
No.
It makes you feel like physically and mentally sick.
Yeah. So, and then on top of that, I'm also trying like now I'm trying counseling and therapy for the anxiety. I'm trying like sleep medication. I'm trying everything that this world has to offer, and it is just getting worse. Meditation, working out. Like I stopped taking all my vitamins just to see if like something was causing the head pain. Like I was listening to what are the things you put on at night? Like
Guided meditation.
yeah, guided meditation to see if that would help my sleep. Like I'm not kidding you, nothing was working for me.
So many people just told you it was stress.
Yeah.
That it was just stress.
Yeah. I remember I went to this one therapist too, and bless her heart, but she was terrible.
Yeah. She gave up on you in 2 seconds.
Yeah, she just gave up on me and she was like, you need to get on medication. Like you're just such an anxious person. And I just felt like in my heart, I was like, I know I'm not.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what's going on with me, but I know that like there is not a chemical imbalance or something. But yeah, she basically gave up and she was like, you need to get on like anxiety medication. And I was just like, I'm not going down that rabbit
After
hole.
literally 3 sessions of seeing you.
Yeah, but I think she just wasn't the right tool for me at the time because I think it made a perfect path for me to get to Jesus, which I'm getting to. So yeah, I mean, I tried everything to help my situation and nothing worked. And our testimonies intertwine with each other's so much, and I don't want to get too much into your testimony.
No, it's fine. I'll explain it later. You just say whatever you need to say.
But essentially, so this had been going on for a couple months and it got so bad. I was like, I need to go back home where my parents live. They're in Florida because we were living in Austin. And I was like, I need to go to Florida. I need to be with my parents for like a month, maybe being around them will be able to help. And there were some like head specialist doctors in Florida that I was able to see with with my health insurance that I couldn't see in Austin. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go for a month. Like maybe we need to be like alone, me and Aaron. So I was in Florida for a month by myself. And then you were in Austin all by yourself for a month. And we didn't know anyone in Austin. Like we just moved here to Austin together. We didn't know a single person in the city. And we had only been living in Austin for a couple months at the time, so we didn't have any friends. We didn't have any like community around us. It was literally just us two going through the darkest time in our life. So anyways, I'm in Florida now. You're here alone. And I'm not going to share your details, but essentially Aaron receives Jesus one night, and I'll let you share those details. So she receives Jesus, receives the Spirit. She has this crazy supernatural experience with Jesus. And then I think you called me either the next day or it was that same night. And you said to me, you were like, and this is out of nowhere, as I'm like going through like hell on earth. She calls me and she's like, I know Jesus is real. Like Jesus is real. And if you get in between me and Jesus, like, I'm going to choose Jesus over you. And I'm like, what is happening? Like, my life is falling apart. My girlfriend of 6 years is threatening to leave me now. And
I wasn't threatening to leave you.
okay, maybe not that
That's,
extreme.
oh
Maybe I'm
my
being
gosh.
dramatic.
You're making me seem like I like.
But
I was saying.
who would you have chose?
Jesus.
Right.
But that's what I was saying. I was saying, like,
You're like, just don't
I'm
get.
committed to him now.
Basically, you were like,
Yeah.
you better get on this side.
Yeah. But I didn't force you.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I also told you, I was like, I want you in heaven with me.
Yes.
But I also was saying this from a perspective of, I don't know. I didn't know how any of this worked yet.
Yeah.
I just knew he was real.
And
we'll go into that later.
We never talked about God
No.
before this. Like, you guys got to realize this was so out of left field for me. Like, it's not like Erin had been thinking about God or Christianity for a little bit and then she just had the right nudging to push her over. Like, this was out of nowhere.
Literally out of the blue.
So I'm just completely thrown. I'm like, what the heck is going on? But she had a good point because she knew everything that I had tried for my head pains and for the anxiety that I was going through. And she was like, none of the stuff that you have tried has worked. Like, what do you have to lose? Like, you should give Jesus a try. Like, what do you have to lose? Maybe he's the answer to all this. And I was like, I think I was half and half. I was like, okay, maybe you're right. But also I'm like, who the heck is Jesus? Like, what the heck are you talking about? So I was like, all right, I'll give it a try. Like, what do I have to lose? Like, I'm the kind of person that will try anything to fix a situation.
Especially when you don't feel good.
Especially when I don't feel good. I don't want to feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Ever. So I was like, all right, I'll give Jesus a try. And I didn't even have a Bible. I was still in Florida. You were still in Austin. So I just start trying to talk to God. I'm like looking up at the heaven. I'm like, is there someone out there? Like, trying to pray. Like, I have literally no idea what I'm doing. And then fast forward, I come back to Austin. Erin's just on fire for Jesus. I'm like, what in the heck is going on? Like, what did I miss? And then she gets us going to a church that we love so much. We still go to the same church to this day. They're awesome. I get a Bible, so I'm like, I'm doing the Christian things. I'm praying now, reading the Bible, going to church. I think I start getting the hang of it. I'm getting the the oomph for it. I'm like, I see what this is about. This is cool.
Yeah. I feel like you weren't sold yet, though.
No, I wasn't sold. It definitely took a couple months.
Yeah.
But I think a couple months passed by, and I think I was into it. I was like, yeah, like, Jesus is real. I love Jesus for sure. I don't think I was as on fire as you were at the time, and I was still dealing with all the head pains, all the anxiety. It had gone on for like 6 months. Literally, I'm not kidding you guys. Not a single second of the day was I not in this excruciating head pain. Like, I literally couldn't do anything.
You couldn't drive. You couldn't watch TV. You couldn't listen to music. You couldn't go on your phone.
No.
Like, nothing.
Yeah.
You couldn't do anything. It was horrible.
Horrible. And we were both jobless at this time. Like, we're going to the parks. We don't got any plans.
No money.
And no money.
Yeah, we were going to the park because we didn't have any money.
Yeah.
That's the only thing we could do.
That's a good way to have fun for free, guys.
Yeah.
If you ever need
sit in the park.
Free tips. Yeah. And then kind of just one random day I think we had like gotten done working out, and I remember I was in the kitchen like cooking food. I was waiting for you to get ready. We were probably getting ready to go to the park again. Like, we had no plans. We were jobless.
Not on purpose, by the way.
Yeah. No. And I was just sitting there kind of alone, and it was just quiet, and I just hear this voice from like the depths of my soul. Like, I've never heard a voice before, and I I knew this was God, and he just told me, you can rest now. And in that moment, he virtually took away, like, I'd say 80% of the head pain, just like that, in an instance. And I remember we were sitting on the couch right after that, and I was able to like look at your phone for the first time in like months. Like, it was so bad I couldn't look at phones. Like, for some reason, phones, computers, any
Screens.
screens were triggers for these head pains. So as soon as I would look at any type of screen, the pain would just get so much worse. And literally in the blink of an eye, he just took so much away and gave me so much of my life back. And yeah, right after that, I was able to look at screens again. I was able to go outside. I remember we went and celebrated
Yeah, we
at a
got it.
restaurant, and I was just sobbing the whole time at the restaurant.
Yeah.
I had to have sunglasses on because I didn't want the
Crying.
waiter to know that I was crying. I couldn't even order the food. You had to
Yeah.
order for me because I was just bawling my eyes out the whole
Bawling your
time
eyes
because I was
out.
so happy about what he had done.
And just in awe.
Yeah.
We both, like, we couldn't even speak. We were just like, what is
I
going
think that was
on?
probably one of the first like miracles that we had witnessed
Ever.
together. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
that's kind of where the story began for me. And just ever since then, I've just been so on fire for him, and I love him so much.
Yeah.
And I'll let you kind of explain your testimony
Well,
now.
I wanted to ask you, like, on top of not just him healing you, but how do you feel like he's worked in your life in other ways other than just physically?
Oh my gosh. I mean, we could be here all day. On top of the physical healings that he did, I mean, he healed my depression. He healed the anxiety when I was going through those depressing times too. Like, it got really dark at one point. Like, I was having like suicidal ideation that I didn't understand. Like, he healed all of that. Like, you tell me all the time now, you're like, you are the most at peace I've ever seen you.
You're
So he's,
so solid.
yeah,
You're so solid. Like, it takes a lot to rock you.
yeah,
And it's not like a false confidence. It's not like a false, like, I'm a man, so I'm like, tough. Like, no, like, you're just at peace.
yeah,
And you've been like that for years. Like, it's not like it didn't happen immediately,
no,
but it's also not like it's just been like, oh, he's been like that for a couple weeks. Like, no, Jesus has completely changed you.
yeah,
Completely changed you.
yeah,
I feel like you should talk about like the control thing, because I feel like that.
yeah, that's what I was gonna
Yeah.
get to. Yeah, before Jesus too, like, I was such a control freak about my entire life. Like, I had to control every aspect of my life, and I think I tried to do it. Oh, well, there's two things I can describe. But yeah, like, I had to be in control of money. I had to be in control of how people perceived me. Like, I was always trying to just control the situation. And I think the way I would do that is I would push down like any sort of emotions, any sort of like regret or shame that I had. Like, I could never own up to anything that I did because, as soon as I would acknowledge that, like, it would make me feel like, oh, I'm not perfect. I'm not good enough. And since coming to Jesus, like, he has just completely changed the way that, I mean, even our relationship, like, now we talk about everything. Our relationship is so much more solid now. Before that, like, before coming to Jesus, we probably were about to break up. Like, it was
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
Like, we were not emotionally attached or
We
connected.
lost each other
Yeah.
emotionally.
Yeah.
It was really sad.
And I feel like part of that was just my inability to not be in control of things.
I feel like it was so many things, and it wasn't
Yeah.
just you, but I will say, like, on your side, I feel like part of it was just, I feel like you got this job at that time. There was like a unicorn job. It was really hard to make as much money as you were in that industry, but you just got really lucky with that job. And I feel like being wealthy and like having money was always something that was like part of your identity and like very important to you because of like people, you wanting people to perceive you a certain way.
Yeah.
And I feel like once you got that so young out of college, so fresh, like just became your world, became everything. And your entire identity became wrapped up in how successful you were.
Yeah. And going off of that too, like, I think my whole life I thought if I have this amount of money or I have this job, like, people will perceive me this way or I'll be valuable. I'll finally feel this way that I've been searching to feel, like this void that was inside of me. I was like, when I finally get to that level, everything will be better. Everything will change. And I know there's so many people out there that struggle with that and are still struggling with that. And I can just say without a shadow of a doubt, when I finally met Jesus and got to know him, like, he satisfied everything I was looking for. Now, none of that stuff matters to me. Like, I know now, like, no amount of money, no job title, no house, no vacation is going to make me feel the way that I want to feel. Like, that has been Jesus this whole time, what I was missing. And now my identity is in Jesus. So I feel like that's why it doesn't matter, like, what comes against us now. Like, if we lose our jobs again, if these head pains came back again worse, like, I know Jesus has got us.
Yeah.
And like, I know that my identity is in Jesus. Like, I don't need to try and control the situation or find my identity in things of this world. Like, it is grounded in him.
Yeah. You're on solid ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to share yours now? I feel like I was just yapping.
No, you weren't yapping. It's just amazing. And the thing is, like, money and success and all those things don't, like, it's not like you're even trying to force Jesus into being what fulfills you. Those things just genuinely pale in comparison now to what it feels like to experience his goodness and his transformation and his presence. And it's natural. And I will say, this is like trailing off topic a little bit, but like, that's something that I struggled with for a little bit just even as a Christian, I was just like, I don't know how I'm going to live without what I want. And he did have to get me to a place where, not that I won't have the things I want someday. It's not what I'm saying, but he did have to get me to a place where he genuinely is enough and he's it. And I can also say now, even if I tried to get excited by those things, I just don't. Like, I'm not saying I don't want to be successful. I'm not saying that I don't care about X, Y, and Z, but it really doesn't satisfy me at all.
Yeah, like, you just know it's never going to be the thing that fulfills you.
It just doesn't.
Yeah.
Like, even if I had it,
yeah,
I really don't think it would make that much of a difference.
No. Yeah, because I feel like we literally had a point one time when we had nothing, but we had Jesus and we had enough.
It's more than enough.
More than enough. And we're not saying that to try and be these like hoity-toity, self-righteous Christians. Like, we are saying this truthfully.
It's just that I think that we've been blessed with the testimonies that we have, where we are at a point now, 3 years later, where we can look back and say, truly, nothing else matters but him. And he showed us that. And it's been the most beautiful thing in the world. And now, going through everything that we've been through with him, we can truly say, I don't need anything but the Lord.
Yeah.
And he provides everything that I need anyways. Yeah, he's just come through time and time again.
Yeah.
And we've just been so blessed to see that. And that's not to say that we don't get anxious and worry sometimes. Like it's really, really hard when you don't know what he's doing and you don't know what's going on, or like why things have to be this way, or like why things have changed, or why he's taken away things, or why he's given you things, whatever it is. But and that will happen. He tells us not to be anxious. He tells us not to worry because he knows we're going to.
Yeah.
Not because he expects us to learn how to never.
Yeah.
But I will say it gets easier.
Yeah.
It gets a lot easier. And now being at a place with him where we both are just like, I'm like, I feel like I'm so solid in who I am. I'm so solid in who he is. And that's why I know who he is. I know that I belong to him. And yeah.
You know what's so interesting about that too is I think to everyone else, maybe back in college, let's say, on the outside, people probably perceived us as these so confident people, and we were the most insecure people walking around, but you would just never know it because we were so good at hiding it and just pushing things down, because we truly just we did not know who we were at all until Jesus. And now I feel like that's why us and so many other Christians, you're able to walk through fire when it comes. But you want to get into yours?
Yeah. I'll share. Oh gosh, where do I start?
As far back as you want.
This is nerve-wracking.
I know.
Well,
I know.
I feel like I had a bit of a difficult childhood. Not nearly as difficult as other children, and that's why I hesitate to say that, but difficult in my own way. I struggled with depression probably since I was like 14, 15. It's something that has been in my family for a long time. And yeah, I just really started struggling at a very young age. And I really just didn't know what was wrong with me. But I think that bled into a lot of things in my life. I feel like it led me to substances very easily. Started drinking a lot when I was only like 14, 15 years old. Partying a lot. And yeah, I just struggled with pretty severe depression. And I know teenagers have a lot of hormones and everybody goes through a lot of things, but I really struggled. I felt like my mind was so dark. And yeah, it was just a bad combination because I was really, really struggling all the time with my mental health. And at that time, I think most people believed, and probably a lot of people still today believe, that it was just like a chemical imbalance in your brain, and your brain is sick like your body gets sick. I know now that it was fully a spiritual thing. I think that there was stuff attached to my family that was passed down to me and for generations and generations. And I think I was separated from my creator. I was lost. So I started to fill that void from a very young age with, partying and alcohol and other things, which just perpetuated the issue, made it worse. And so I got to college and kept doing the same stuff, same things, probably just 10 times harder. I feel like I constantly kept myself busy and entertained so that I didn't really have to feel anything. But it got really bad probably my junior year of college. I feel like I was just spiraling. I feel like the weight of the world and the weight of my sin and the weight of the hurt that had happened to me and the way I had hurt people, and I mean just as we all do, go through life being hurt and hurting.
You just feel like it caught up with you because you just had never dealt with it. Like you just tried to busy yourself partying and stuff just so you didn't ever have to face it.
Yeah. I feel like that, and I feel like I just didn't understand it. Like I was just so immature and such a child. And I feel like we all just run from that stuff, you don't feel good. You just do something to not feel good. You don't figure out why you don't feel good. So yeah, I think it just was catching up. It's like, I just imagine it's like this ball of yarn that you start your life with, and it just grows and grows and grows and grows until one day, and it's just attached to you until one day it's too heavy. It's too heavy to carry. And so I think that's where I was. And I started getting horrible anxiety. I started having panic attacks, which was new for me. I had always struggled with depression throughout my life, but I had never really struggled with anxiety. And so then dealing with both of them was like a whole nother beast. And so it kind of started then. And then I moved home after college. And that's when it got really bad. I hit this wall where I couldn't even function anymore. I would try to study, and I would end up just laying on my bed, just staring at the wall for hours. I felt like I couldn't move. I felt like I was like just paralyzed with the heaviness of all of it. And it was just crushing me. But at the time, like I didn't know what was going on. I started going to therapy, and she was really sweet and stuff, but none of it was the answer, which is obviously Jesus.
I feel like at the time too, we thought you were just suffering from burnout.
Yeah.
Because you really hadn't like gotten a break between schooling. Like you kind of just went from like high school straight to college, straight to studying for the GRE. Like you never got like a true reset break. So I think we thought it was burnout. And I don't know if you think this is what it was, but just hearing you say that, I wonder if it was like you were finally like spiritually dead officially.
Yeah, I don't really know. I mean,
like you had just run out of energy to run from it.
I think I was just at the end of myself.
Yeah.
My old tactics of just numbing myself, they just made it worse, and it caught up with me. And I think there was just nothing left for me to do. So yeah, it just got heavy. I mean, I'm looking back now, I think God allowed it because it was preparing me to come to him. But kept going, doing the same old things, living the same old way. Um, and then we decided on a whim that we didn't want to live in Florida anymore. And we were just going to try some cities out. And we visited Austin. So random. Now we understand God brought us here. But such a random city. We never thought about Texas, even at all in general. But we visited once. We fell in love with it and moved here immediately, really within like 3 months. And, you know, I feel like I thought that was going to fix things, being in a new
Same.
city and just like, you know, just needed to get out of Florida.
Yeah.
It didn't fix anything. If anything, it just got worse. I feel like I was very alone. We both worked from home, and like we talked about earlier, you and I were just kind of getting disconnected emotionally. We weren't fighting or anything. We were just not, how do you explain it?
We were not spiritually connected.
Yeah.
Like, I think for a long time it was just maybe a physical connection more than anything. And
Yeah.
that just, when that's the foundation, it just will never
Yeah,
last.
it just dies out.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were just disconnected and didn't have anybody else here. And now I was, you know, working from home, and it just, I don't know what really ticked it off, but I just spiraled. I started eating a lot as like emotional stuffing. I started drinking a lot. I mean, I was drinking every single night. And I genuinely didn't know that was bad, though. Like, I just thought that that's what everybody did.
Yeah.
So that's what I did.
Yeah.
But it made it so much worse because alcohol just makes you depressed when you abuse it. I was blind to everything. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't realize that I was perpetuating some of the issues. But I was miserable, and I was so stressed and so sick in my mind that I started like having skin issues. My hair started falling out. I was having gut issues. Like, my whole body was just reacting to the stress that I was under. And I just felt paralyzed, and I developed this anxiety where I couldn't go to the grocery store by myself. I couldn't go on a walk by myself. I couldn't do anything. I would stay inside of my apartment without even going on the balcony for like 72 hours at a time.
Yeah.
It got to the point where it was hard for me to even like brush my teeth in the morning. I mean, I was like a shell of a human being. But I got so accustomed to being that way. I knew like how wrong I felt and how bad I felt, but I was stuck in this pit.
Yeah. And I remember you had said to me a couple times, you were just like, I don't know what it is, but I just feel like I'm not okay. Like, is this all there is to life?
Yeah.
Like, is this just it? Like, you just feel like this? Because if it is, like, not to be dark, but like, I don't want it.
Yeah.
Like, if this is it. And I just remember I would always tell you, this was before coming to Jesus, I would just tell you, oh, you know, you just need to start working out, or you just need to like find a job that's going to fulfill you. You just need to fill it with this or this or this. And I would just always tell you basically like, it's on you to fix it.
Yeah. You just didn't understand.
No, I was so
And
blind.
you can't understand really anxiety and depression unless you experience it.
Yeah.
And I also just want to, for context, say this was not who I was. All throughout college, I was like a mover, go-getter. Like, I was extremely fit. I would work out for like 3 hours a day. I would meal prep. I was out and about. I would go to the beach. Like, I was like
Yeah.
on it. I was
You were always the one that wanted to like get out and
go,
do
go,
something.
go. And so
Or like, where's the next party? Like, let's
yeah, what's the
go.
next thing? Where are we traveling to? Like I was out by myself all the time. We were long distance, so I was constantly just
Mhm.
doing my own thing. I'd go to the beach by myself. Like it was,
Wow, I forgot about
yeah.
that. Yeah.
So for this, it was a stark difference. I mean, I turned into someone who couldn't go to the gym by myself. I couldn't even just go to the gym. Like just walking into the gym would make me have a panic attack. And it was just dark. It was a dark, dark, dark season. I really
Mhm.
can't describe it other than just feeling like stuck in a pit that you cannot climb out of. You don't understand where you are or how you got there or what you're supposed to do or what's wrong. But yeah, I do. I remember we would go out to dinner and stuff. It's really all we ever did.
Yeah.
We would just go out to dinner and get drinks and stuff.
Mhm.
And when Jesus was preparing my heart before I knew it, I remember talking to you like you were just saying and saying, like, is this it? Like, is this life? Life is working and then going out to eat and like hopefully traveling and that's it.
Yeah.
This is, I'd feel empty.
Yeah.
There's something missing. And so that was when I feel like I first started realizing like something was missing. And if this was all that life was, I honestly didn't want it. And I remember one day I was working in my room and I didn't know that it was Jesus, but God spoke so audibly to me because I prayed for some reason. I don't know why I prayed, but I did. And I didn't even know who I was praying to. But he spoke to me and he said, "You are enough." And I'm just now learning 3 years later why he said that to me. I haven't understood it until recently. But I went into where you were working and I was like, this is crazy, but whoever God is, he just spoke to me. And you were like, yeah, okay, that's cool.
Anyways.
And that was really it. And I didn't really think about it after that. But then your head pains happened. That all got really, really bad.
Mhm.
And you left for Florida. And yeah, I was here by myself for a month and didn't know anybody. Didn't really leave the house unless I absolutely had to. And there was one night where I was sitting on the floor, drunk, in front of the TV, and I was just bawling. I was just at the end of myself, and I just didn't know what to do, and I was so depressed, and I was just bawling my eyes out, just breaking down on the floor. And
I've never asked you this, but like, why were you crying? Was it something specific?
no, I think it was just everything. It was the
Yeah.
way that our lives were going, the fact that neither of us had jobs anymore, the fact that we were broke and we didn't know how we were going to pay rent,
Yeah.
the fact that you were going through what you were going through, which was terrifying, the fact that I was so depressed and so lost and so confused, the fact that I didn't know if we were going to continue dating. I mean, just everything that had happened. It was everything for my life. In that moment and from the past, I felt like I just broke.
Yeah. I feel like your soul was just like crying out. Like you don't even know what it was. It was just your soul was just pouring out.
Yeah. And so I don't know why I was on the floor, but I was.
I always wonder why you were on the floor.
I think I think that's just a picture of how
Like your low point.
I was literally on my face crying on the floor,
Yeah.
just bawling. I'm just breaking.
Yeah.
And I honestly don't remember exactly what I said, but I know that I cried out to God and I didn't know who I was crying out to. But I just said, I'm sorry. Please help me. I need your help. And his presence just filled the room and just completely wrapped around me. I mean, it felt like I was just saturated in him. And it really felt like there was just this light in the room and just this. His love completely took me over. And I immediately knew who it was. I immediately was like, this is Jesus. Jesus is real. The Bible is real. Jesus is God. There is a God. I am taken care of. I am loved. I'm going to be healed. And everything is okay. I don't have to be afraid anymore. I don't have to be sad anymore. And he just revealed himself to me. In that moment, he opened my eyes. He revealed himself to me and he healed me. And the rest of the time that I was here by myself, I bought a Bible and the entire time I was just praying and reading the word, and I didn't know what I was doing. I had no idea what I was doing. I mean, this entire point up until now in my life, I mean, I knew who he was, but I didn't know anything about him. And he just claimed me.
Yeah.
At that time. He chose that time and he opened my eyes and he healed me spiritually, mentally. I have not had depression since then.
No, it was like in an instant.
Yeah.
It just completely changed. Like you were glowing after that day. Like I was like, what the heck? Where did this come from? Like I was envious of your just joy and peace you had all of a sudden. Yeah. And it was so dramatic to go from what you were walking through to that in an instant.
Yeah. I mean, I remember vividly the next morning walking outside onto my balcony and everything looked like alive. Like the trees were green, the sky was blue. It was like I had literally brand new eyes. Mm-hmm. And it felt like before I was just walking around in gray tone, like everything was dark. And I was just alive again. I noticed the sun, I noticed the birds, I noticed the breeze, like I was alive. He literally saved my life and brought me back to life in an instant.
Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, Jesus. And then that's when I called you and I was like, I'm obsessed. Yeah. Jesus is real and I need you to know him.
Yeah.
Will you please give him a try?
Yeah. Which is so crazy that you could just not know Jesus your whole life and then just in an instant to just completely do a 180 switch and then you're praising God from the rooftop and telling other people about Jesus.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know how that's possible. How you could be that confident about something.
God.
Yeah.
And following him and knowing him has never fallen off. Since the get-go of knowing him, my faith has just gotten stronger and I've just fallen more and more and more in love with him. Yeah. It's not like this was a momentary thing and then it wore off and that was like, oh, that, it made me feel good for a little bit. there have been so many times where it has not made me feel good over the past 3 years, and I can think of nothing better than Jesus.
Yeah.
And I'm not at a point in my life where, you know, I have everything I want and everything's picture perfect, and I don't think I ever will be. But I have everything that I need. I am content in the Lord, genuinely content. And I honestly never thought that I would be here. And I have so much joy and I have so much peace.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel like a little kid. I literally feel like a little kid again.
Yeah.
And all of that could happen again. And now I have such a strong foundation and I'm on such solid ground that I would not be shaken.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the best feeling in the entire world. And it can't be taken away from me. Everything else that I ever tried could have been taken away from me. Money can be taken away from you. Status can be taken away from you. All of these things. Your job can be taken away from you. What your friends think of you can change in an instant. But not God. God is the same forever. He's with you forever, and nothing can separate you from his love, and nothing about your identity changes.
Yeah. And we just love him so much.
Yeah.
And there's nothing more that we want to do than just talk about him.
Yeah.
It feels we feel obligated to talk about him now because of how good he is and what he's done for us.
I don't even necessarily feel obligated. I feel like I can't not anymore.
Yeah.
It feels hard to not talk about him.
Yeah.
And I don't care what anybody thinks.
Okay.
I know you don't either.
Yeah. That's big for us to say, though.
Yeah.
We weren't always this confident about God.
I can't keep it a secret.
No.
I mean, he's completely healed me and transformed my life in more ways than I can possibly put in words. And I cannot not share that with people who are ready to receive that.
Yeah. And we're just so excited to see what's to come of this podcast. We have
no idea.
We have no idea, but we have a feeling that he's going to do big things with this. Yeah. We don't know what that looks like, but we just seriously hope that this has such a positive impact on people. Even if this just reaches one lost person and they can come to know Jesus, then this will be more than worth it.
Yeah.
Because we just want people to know Jesus the way that we do. Yeah. I think it's really that simple. We're just like, we know how good Jesus is. We know how much better life is with Jesus, and we don't want people to walk through this life lost or without him, because life is just not as good without him.
Life is nothing without him.
Nothing.
I was dead. I was spiritually dead without Jesus. And now I am alive.
Yeah.
And I'm free. And I have joy, and I have peace, and I have a relationship with the one who made me and who died for me.
Yeah.
And I'd rather have nothing at all if I have that. I would rather have... if I could trade anything for Jesus, I wouldn't. I don't care about the money. I don't care about status. I don't care about anything but him. If you gave me all of that and took him away, I'd rather be dead. Genuinely, I don't care if that sounds dramatic. I would be dead.
Yeah.
I was dead.
Yeah.
Now I'm alive.
Yeah. You want to tell the people, aka our family members, where else they can find us?
You do it. You're good at it.
All right, people. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode. We're so excited for what's to come. I think we have a couple different handles depending on the socials. I don't remember which one is which, but you can find us on Spotify. We'll be on Apple Music podcasts soon. Once we submit and get approved, We're on Instagram,
YouTube,
YouTube,
TikTok.
There we go. And yeah, you can find us either at the Jesus House Podcast or Jesus House Podcast.
I think the only
Right?
one that's the Jesus House Podcast is Spotify.
There you go, guys.
Possibly, I might be wrong, but there's either a the, or there's not a the.
Just bear with us. There's
Yeah.
so many things we're trying to remember right now.
But
We love you guys.
thank you.